Good afternoon, children. Today we are going to do third exercise of chapter statistics, and the entire exercise depends upon a histogram and frequency polygon. Clear? Three things we are going to study in this: how to draw bar graph, histogram, and frequency polygon on the graph paper. So first of all, you are aware of what is graph paper, and if we talk about graph paper, we need to know about the coordinate geometry also a little bit, and the axes also. We have two axes, that is they are known as x-axis and y-axis. The horizontal line is known as x-axis and the vertical line is known as y-axis. Clear? You all have drawn bar graph in your previous classes. Okay. Bar graph is a graph in which we have one axis will be fixed and the other axis, on the other axis we'll show the variables. Are you getting it? As you can see, question number 3 I have taken from your book. Year has been given and a percentage of children who have passed in that year, it has been given. So you can see that year is 2000, 2001, 2002, 3 and 2004, 5 and 6. So year is fixed and the percentage is varying. So percentage is the variable and year is constant. Okay. So what do? We generally represent the fixed values on x-axis. I am talking about bar graph, and percentage of pass students who have passed will be represented on the y-axis. So how will it be represented? We cannot take the values on our own. So what are we supposed to do? We have to, first of all, you have to draw x-axis and y-axis. Fine. Then you have to leave equal gap. It means if you are taking the points, so one complete block is of 1 centimeter. Are you getting it? So we are starting from 0 and then I have marked as 10, then 20, then 30, then 40. It means gap should be uniform. You can take it as this also, 0 to 50, 100, 150, 200. Okay, it depends which kind of values we have got in the question. Okay, so if we see, if we go back to the question, they are 92, 80, 70, 86. So that is why I have taken the values as 0, 10, 20, 30, 40. You can see that gap is always same. You need to remember that gap should not be same 10 onwards. It should be same for 0 to 10 also. Are you getting it? If 0 to 10 is a gap of 10, then from 10 to 20 and onwards, the gap should be uniform, that is 10. Fine. On y-axis, I have left one block, then 2000, then I have skipped one block, then 2001. You have to remember that width of these rectangles, these bars, should be equal. Are you getting it? And the gap should also be uniform. Are you getting it? So I have taken 1 centimeter gap and I have taken the width of these bars as 1 centimeter. So scale will be written, there will be no scale for x-axis because we have represented the fixed values on x-axis. Scale will be for y-axis, that is 1 centimeter is equal to 10%. 1 centimeter is equal to 10%. Now we will plot them. The first one was 92. So as you can see, first one is 92, 80, 70, 86. Fine. So as you can see that this 1 centimeter, one big block, it carries 10 small blocks. Fine. So if we talk about 92, so 90 is here and then 2 small blocks. It becomes 92. 80 is directly there, 70 is directly there. Then we have 86. So 86 will be 86 and 54. Clear? So to mark 86, what we will do, between 80 and 90, we have this diminished line. This diminished line is 85 and one small block above it will be 86, or you can count 6 small blocks above 80. In this manner, we have to plot them on the graph paper, and it is a bar graph. These bars, these rectangles are separated. You need to remember, they are not joined end to end. Fine. Now we'll be doing histogram. There is a basic difference between a histogram and a bar graph. Bar graph, when we draw the bar graph, all the rectangles which you have drawn, they are separated. And bar graph is generally drawn when we have one fixed on x-axis, one fixed values are represented, and on y-axis variables are represented. But if both are varying, on x-axis also variables will be there, on y-axis also variables will be there. So generally what we do, on x-axis we represent the CIs, class intervals, and on y-axis we represent the variables. Fine. As you can see, monthly wages 850 to 950 and number of workers. Fine. So basically starting from 850 to 950, 950 to 1050. So how we will be doing it? First of all, we will draw the x-axis and y-axis. Fine. And then I'll talk about x-axis first of all. This is 0. I have left 1 centimeter, and you can see this sign over here. This sign is basically known as kink, because I said that gaps should be same. So 0 to directly, after 0 directly I am writing 850. So what does this mean? That all the observations between 0 to 850 are compressed, and that is why this sign has been drawn. The sign is known as kink, K-I-N-C-K, kink. Fine. Now I have taken scale as 2 centimeter is equal to 100 rupees. On x-axis I have taken scale 2 centimeter is equal to 100 rupees. So 2 big blocks. I'll take the point, first one is 850, then I'll skip 2 big blocks, then 950. Then I'll skip 2 big blocks because 2 centimeter. One block is 1 centimeter. The other block, another 1 centimeter. So 2 centimeter. 1050, then 1150, then 1250, likewise. Fine. Now, on y-axis, the values were given as 35, 45, 75, 60 and 40. Fine. Then, how are you going to represent it? You will see, I have taken it as 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. This kink will be drawn only on x-axis. It cannot be drawn on y-axis. Remember that. So, on y-axis, we have to really think that gap between 0 to 10 and further should be same. We cannot draw kink on y-axis. Are you getting it? So, what we'll do, we have taken scale as 1 centimeter is equal to 10 workers. Now the first frequency is 35, then 45. So 35, between 30 and 40, a diminished line, that is 35. Okay, and this value was for 850 to 950. So we have drawn like this. Fine. Now you will see the another CI is starting from where? From 950 only. First one is ending at 950 and the other one is starting from 950. So this line will overlap, or you can see all the bars will be joined end to end. Okay, this is the basic difference between the bar graph and histogram. Gap nahi hota hai yahan par. If gap will be there, that is bar graph. And if we have class intervals, then because their class limits will overlap, that is why they will be joined end to end. And 45 I have represented, 5 small blocks or diminished line, and then likewise it has been done. See, 75, 60 and 40, all values are here only. 60, 75, then 60, then 40. Fine. we need to remember that we have to write this also, monthly wages in rupees. What are you representing on x-axis? What are you representing on y-axis? That is also very, very important. Fine. Moving on to the next thing, that is combined histogram and frequency polygon. One more new thing has come, frequency polygon. I'll talk about frequency polygon later on, but first of all, you need to see here class intervals are not given. If class intervals are not given, then how are you going to draw a histogram? Class mark have been given. Class mark means mid value of class interval. 12.5, 17.5, 22.5, 27.5. As you know that if class marks have been given, then we can calculate class width. Class width is equal to generally upper limit minus lower limit. But if class intervals are not given, then how can we calculate? With the help of class mark also we can calculate the class width. So if you subtract any two successive class intervals, then you will get the class width. So if we subtract 12.5 from 17.5, we are getting 5. Okay, the class width is 5. So if 12.5 is the mid value, it means 2.5 will be adjusted before it and 2.5 will be adjusted after it. That is why the class interval becomes of width 5. So if we subtract 2.5 from 12.5, we get 10, the lower limit. And if we add 2.5 in 12.5, so we get 15 as the upper limit. 2.5 is adjusted before it, 2.5 is adjusted after it. You will subtract 2.5 to get the lower limit. You will add 2.5 to the class mark to get the upper limit. So we'll get 17.5 minus 2.5, 15, 17.5 plus 2.5, 20. And likewise, we have written it. Fine. Now it is very easy to draw the histogram. As we can see, class intervals are 10, 15, 20, 25. So gap of 5, 5 we have to take. Fine. And frequency has been given 7, 12, 20, 28. You can see that all are even numbers. So we can take the scale of x-axis has been taken as 2 centimeter is equal to 5, because they have not given anything else, class mark, to 5. Nothing will be written, centimeter or anything, percentage or anything, nothing. Only 2 centimeter is equal to 5 units. Fine. And then, so that is why 2 centimeter is equal to, first value is 10. Here it is 0, 0 to 10, then 15, then 20, then 25, then 30, like this. It has been drawn. Fine. Now, what are we supposed? We have taken scale on y-axis as 2 centimeter is equal to 5. So, 2 centimeter is equal to 5. So, here you can see 2 blocks is equal to 5. Fine. 2 blocks are equal to 5. 5, 10, 15. How are you going to mark 7 over here? So there has to be some calculation, because first frequency is 7. Then we have 12. So how are you going to mark them? See, we can see that 10 small here. We can see that on y-axis, scale is 1 centimeter is equal to 5. It is not 2 centimeter, okay? It is written wrong here. It has to be 1 centimeter is equal to 5. Clear? Please do the correction. So, 10 small blocks is equal to 5. So, 10 small blocks is equal to 5. It means 2 small blocks, the value of 2 small blocks will be 1. So, if we have to mark 7 here, then above 5, we'll mark 4 small blocks. So, 5, 2 small blocks, 6, again 2 small blocks, 7. It means 4 blocks more than 5. Clear? Because 2 small blocks carry 2 units. 10, above 10, we require 2, 10 plus 2. So plus 2 for 2 more, 2 units. 2 units will be 4 small blocks. So 4 small blocks above 10. Okay, then we have 20. Then we have 20, and then we have 28. Fine, then we have 28. 28 is 2 less than 30. 2 less than 30, 2 units means 4. 4 small blocks. So 4 small blocks below 30. Are you getting it? Likewise, we have drawn the histogram. Now this histogram is over. Now what is frequency polygon? What we do, you have to highlight the midpoints of all these rectangles which you have drawn. Clear? The bars which you have drawn. You have to mark their midpoints. As you can see, I have marked. And you will mark the midpoint of the previous class interval also, 0 to 10. Okay. And then the class interval which is after 40. Okay. So in the beginning also, at the end also, one extra in the beginning, one extra in the end. You have to mark the midpoint of both the class intervals. And you will join them with the scale. All the points should be joined with the scale. If you do not, if you draw like that, this you have drawn, this you have drawn, this, and you leave here, and you do not join this line to the axis, this side also, then it will be marked wrong. Fine. So it is necessary, if it is a frequency polygon, you have to join it with the axes, both the sides. One extra class interval in the beginning, one extra class interval at the end you have to keep, because you have to take the midpoints of both of them. Fine. Clear? So now next question, it says that the class intervals are discrete, 16 to 20, 21 to 25. Okay, it is not continuous. So first of all, we have done the adjustment. Okay, 0.5 is subtracted from the lower limit, 0.5 is added to the upper limit. So it becomes 15.5 to 20.5 likewise. Clear? Now number of students are 4, 12, 18, 26. So we can, because they are even numbers, so we can take the scale as, first of all, x-axis. We have taken 2 centimeter is equal to 5 marks, and y-axis 2 centimeter. Here also it has to be 1 centimeter is equal to 2 students. Fine. Here also it has to be 1 centimeter is equal to 2 students. Clear? Able to understand? Please do the correction. It is wrong here. 1 centimeter is equal to 2 students. Clear? So you can see on x-axis I have taken 2 centimeter, and then first one was 15.5. Then 2 blocks I have left, 20.5. Then likewise 25.5. Likewise. One extra you have to mark at the end. In the beginning already we have taken. In the end, this is 50.5. 2 small blocks I have left, and then 55.5. One extra. Because we have to mark the midpoint in the beginning also, at the end also. Now, here on y-axis, it is 0 to 2, 2 to 4. So, gap is of 2 to 2. Fine. Then we have plot the, we have drawn the histogram. 4, then 12, then 18, then 26, then 14, then 10, and then 6. What we have done? We have marked the midpoints of all the bars which we have drawn, and then we have marked the midpoint of the class interval which has been taken in the, which is preceding, and the successor class interval. Its midpoint will also be marked, and the frequency polygon will be joined from both the sides to the axis. It is very important to write marks. What are you representing on x-axis? Number of students. See, why are we taking the midpoints? What is the idea behind it? Actually, the frequencies, when the frequencies are plotted on the class mark, means we are plotting the frequencies on the class mark. We are not plotting the frequencies on the class intervals. Are you getting it? Midpoint is what? Midpoint of a class interval is class mark. So we are plotting these points on the frequencies are plotted on the class mark. This is known as histogram, combined histogram and frequency polygon. Now if you have to draw only a frequency polygon, then you need not to draw a histogram. So what you will do, as it is said, this is continuous. First of all, you will calculate the class marks of each 150 to 165. It will be 157.5, something like that. As you can see, I have written class mark of 150 to 165 is 157.5, likewise 172.5. This way I have written with the red pen. And all the frequencies are plotted on the class mark. Fine. It has been taken as y-axis is 1 centimeter is equal to 2 units, 2 workers, and x-axis is 2 centimeter is equal to 15. As you can see, 2 centimeter is equal to rupee 15, then 2 rupee 15, then 2 rupee 15. We will plot the frequencies on the class mark. We have calculated the class mark of all. Class mark, how will it be calculated? Lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. 165 plus 180 divided by 2. 180 plus 195 divided by 2. Okay. So frequencies are 8, 14 and 22, 12. So we'll do that. On first one, it is 8. We'll mark this point. And then we have 14. Then we have 22. And then we have 12. Then we have 15. So between 14 and 16 are diminished line. 5 small blocks. That is 15. Then 6. As I have said, that class mark of the previous class interval 0 to 150. So we have marked this point, midpoint. And then successor 240, class interval is ending at 240. Then one extra 255 has been taken, and midpoint of 240 and 255 is this. We have joined the frequency polygon to the axes. We have to join all the points with the help of the scale, as you can see. Okay. We are using the ruler to join them. Clear? This is the frequency polygon. Fine.